A place to be, to groom your words, a place that is secured for the rest of mine. No other place but Burial Schools is the best.
Hello, my beautiful and handsome learners of pre-kindergarten. How are you today? And my lovely viewers out there, I hope you're fine. Beautiful. Are you still adhering to the safety measures? Wow, I know you do. So if you're doing that, that is very good. Okay, today we have a subject on the board, number work. What did I say? Number work. And the topic for today is what? Capacity. Is what? Capacity. Okay, view it there on the board. I said we have number work has the subject and what? Capacity has the topic. Okay, now if you may ask, what is capacity? What are you going to tell me, my young learners? Okay, you're going to say that capacity is the amount of liquid or solid a container can hold. What did I say? Capacity is the amount of liquid or solid a container can hold. What do you understand by a container? Now, I have it here with me. Look at this. This is what I mean by container. It is what? Container. Now, inside this container, we have water, which is our liquid. In case you don't know what is liquid, your water is your liquid, your mineral, your juice that you love taking always is in form of liquid. Now, capacity is the amount of liquid, look at the liquid, or solid a container can hold. Now, this is your liquid and this is what? Your solid. When we talk about solid, your stone is in form of solid, your what? Stone. And this marker too is solid. Okay, now so you can understand and know the difference between liquid and solid. On the board, we have a note, so let's go through it together. Remember, I said capacity is the amount of liquid or solid a container can hold. What did I say? Capacity is the amount of liquid or solid a container can hold. Here we have example. Number one, we have some examples here below. Okay, this is your big container and this is your small container, and we rate this as container A and this is container B. So inside container A we have lumps of sugar. We have what? Lumps of sugar. And container B also contains lumps of sugar, but they are in what? Solid form. They are in what? Solid form. So which of this container holds more solid? Which of it? Is it container A or container B? Can you tell me? So it's container A. Container A holds more solid because it is big and it can contain more lumps of sugar than container B is small. It cannot contain more than maybe 4 cubes, 5 cubes, or 6 cubes, or 7. Okay? So this one can contain more sugar than this other one. That is container A can contain more lumps of sugar, that is in your solid form, more than container B. It can contain what? More solid than container B. Okay? Having known that, we look at number 2. This is your cup. Is it beautiful? Does it look like your cup in the house? Okay. Now, this is container D and this is container C. Inside it we have water in our liquid form. We have what? Water. Water in container D and water in container C. Which of these containers contain more water? Can you tell me? Which of the containers contains more water? Now, it is what? Is it D or C? It is container C that contains more water than container D. Have you seen it there? I said it is container C that contains more liquid than container D. Remember, we said capacity is the amount of liquid or solid a container can hold. Capacity is is the amount of liquid or solid a container can hold. Now, number one container hold what? Solid. And number two container hold liquid. Have you seen it there? Number one did what? Contain solid. And number two did what? Contain liquid. Okay, so we moved over to say that container A holds more solid than container B. Look at it there. It holds more solid than container B. Container A holds more solid than container B. Is it not true? It is. This one is big and this one is small, and it carries more sugar than those. Carry what? More sugar than container B. And number two says container D holds more liquid than container C, because we had liquid in the second container and not the solid again. Not solid again. In the number two containers, we had liquid and not solid in the first. Okay, so now container C holds more liquid than container D. Look at it there. Container D holds more. Container C holds more liquid than container D. Do you get that? Okay, let me take it again. If you may ask, what is capacity? What do you say? Tell me that capacity is the amount of liquid or solid a container can hold. Capacity is what? The amount of liquid a container can hold. Look at the liquid here. So now this is your container A and this is your container B. Look at this. Which container is bigger? Can you tell me? Is it A or B? It is B. So B holds more water than A. B holds more water than A. Amount of liquid or solid. Now this is your solid. Okay? This is your solid. Your stone is in solid form. So this is your D and your C. This is your D and your C. So which one holds more solid? It is your D. It holds more solid than container. Okay, let's look at our containers. Now we have container A. Container A. It holds more solid than container B. We're talking about the solid form. Now here are your solids. So now container A holds more solid than container B. Because this one is bigger, it can contain more stones than container B. Because container A is bigger and it can contain more stones than container B. Okay, that is about solid. And we go to liquid. We have our water inside here. Our water. Okay, this is our container C and our container D. Container C holds more water than container D because container C is bigger than container D. Container C is what? Bigger than container D. It can contain more water than container D. Have you seen it there? So that's why we were saying that capacity is the amount of liquid or solid a container can hold. I said capacity is the amount of liquid or solid a container can hold. And we had some examples here. We had container A holding lumps of sugar in the solid form. That's talking about the solid. Okay, container A is bigger than container B. It holds more sugar than container B. Now we looked at the liquid form. Number 2 contains our cup. Here we had water in E, both in D and in C. But we realized that we did what? We realized that container C is bigger than container D and it holds more water than container D. That's how we said here that container A holds more solid than container B. Is it not? Okay. And we also said that container C holds more liquid than container D. Look at it there. Okay. Now, having known that capacity is the amount of liquid or solid solid a container can hold. You're going to be a smart boy and a smart girl by doing this homework for me in your exercise book. Let me take it down on the board. Okay, now your homework is on the board. Number 1 says, what is capacity? What did I ask? What is capacity? Okay, you're going to define capacity the way I define for you. Number 2 says, identify the containers that holds more liquid and solid. Which of the container holds liquid more than the other container? Is it container A or container B? You're going to identify it by doing what? Circling it. If it is A, you circle A. If it is B, you do what? Circle A. Okay? The next container holds what? Solid. Container C holds solid and container D also holds solid. So you're going to do what? Identify it by doing what? You either circle C if it is C or circle D if it is D that holds more solid. Okay, you're going to do that with your best writing. You're going to do that with what? Your best handwriting in your exercise book. Remember, don't make any mistake. If you realize there's a mistake, use your eraser to do what? To clean it up and remain safe at home. I'm no other person but your tutor. Okay? So bye for now. God bless you. See you some other class.